and was very interesting. For me. It's first time in Egypt. It's of course very nice influence on me. It's only little tired, and why we little later beginning. Yeah, it's okay, but it was very nice. I am very satisfied, and okay, we can begin. Today we will see. We will speak about endings, a little about endings. Will be endings when bishop stronger than knight, or knight stronger than bishop, according to compare the positions. Yeah, and plus we will speak about what is the power of bishop's pair. Yeah, bishop pair. This is about this three kind of endings, and plus I will show you typical plans in the middle game, from opening to middle game. Yeah, it's free example, interesting I think for you. Okay, yeah, you can.
النهارده هنتكلم عن نوع من النهايات، كورس مثير جدا للنهايات، عن البيشوب قصاد النايت قصاد فرونت، ومين فيهم اقوى، وهنعتمد النهارده ثلاث انواع مختلفه من الاند جيم.
Okay. For example, this is first position. This happens the game between Fischer and Taimanov, and I would like to ask you, what do you think? These endings, the first, who stand better? White, of course, stand better, because the general rules of this whole system endings, you must remember all the life. It's not so much rules. You can even read this syllabus book, but I will say you very important only one rule. If pawns situated on the both flanks, in this case normally bishop stronger than knight, and in not only one and if position more or less closed, or more or less closed position, in this case because knight can very nice system jumping, of course knight will be stronger normally. But I would like to say next, for the chess players, high level chess players, normally if you ask what is the pieces better, you will receive in 90% answer that bishop better. Bishop better even forever. Like you can say this, this was a very interesting words. What say this Kasparov? That yes, about this. My badly bishop better than best knight my opponent. Yeah, it's okay. This is of course joke, but normally every time when in opening part or a little later you can change your knight against bishop your opponent. This always. Inside you can thinking that you make good things. Yeah, it's because always in the future bishop normally must be better. Yeah, this is the idea. Normally, of course, all these good chess players like it more bishop. But one is example interesting. Was in 80s, 70s, 90s was one of the biggest chess player in the world, was from Armenia, Rafael Vaganyan. They winning many tournaments and playing the candidate matches for the world championship. But for example, he always with knight play fantastic games. With knights. When he's put his knight in e5 fields after the queen's gambit opening, yeah, always you can. Immediately you have not so good emotions, because he's always can this used very strong. But okay, but normally of course this you cannot say what is the pieces better, but normally of course I think bishop little better. Yeah, this is of course not rule for exam. Yeah, this is only my opinion, not more.
عايزين نتكلم عن المفضل بين الفيل والبيشوب. كان من النايت بيكون افضل دايما في المواقف المقفوله، لان هو بيقدر يركز في الفوز، لكن لما يكون موقف مفتوح او يكون في بادئ على كلا الجانبين الفيل بيكتسب قوه اكبر. وفي معظم اغلبيه لاعبي الشطرنج بيفضلوا الفيل، وده رايه النهائي برضه ان الفيل افضل قليلا من النايت، لكن بعض اللاعبين بيلعبوا بالحصان بشكل مذهل.
And this position, of course, your estimate is correct. White stand better, but you must win this position. You must create any plan for help for this, you can make good moves, good ideas. Yeah, sure. Okay, we can little together analyze this position. Of course, black have weakness in G6 pawn. Yeah, this is weakness, G6 pawn. It's very difficult. If your bishop can attack this pawn, in this case, knight must from E7 defense, not other. But for example, if your bishop stand F7, knight stand E7, after knight don't have any moves, because in every other move that you can take this pawn. Yeah? In this case, next the first idea will be transpose bishop E8 or F7, the E8 F7, these two square, and after make Zugzwang, because black king always will make anything against your white king for not go inside your position, and you must make Zugzwang, and after winning the game. This is the plan what make during the game Fischer. Okay, you can. Yeah, you can continue. This is the chess. Yeah, this chess. The first. Oh, okay, king go to the center. It's normal move. Knight E7. He go immediately because they cannot make nothing. If you play king D5, I will play bishop C4 check, king D6, and again bishop F7, and knight must go A7. He make this move immediately because he don't have any other moves. Yeah, it's position. It's very nice example for this pure example. Bishop E8 and king stand, king D5, bishop F7 check, easy, and you received C4 fills. Yeah, it looks like, when you remember starting position, looks like okay, little bad for black, but you can continue. Yes, make defense, maybe even will be in the future successful defense. But it's very easy. King C6, bishop E8 check, king B7 or king D6 the same, and king B5. Of course, I would like. Okay, black move. Black have only two moves: king C7 or king A7, not other move. Or knight C8 because it's a mat idea. You can see, bishop take G6, knight D6 mat. This is because the knight can jump always. You must be careful. It's a normal this. Okay, but white have more possibilities. The first bishop C6 check, and little maneuver for bishops. Bishop D5 again, won't finally again return. If you play here knight D6 check, king A6, this is very important, and again Zugzwang, because if you king have not move, you will lose B6 pawn. Yes, king have not move. Knight, if any place go, we receive bishop F7 possibility. In this case, only have knight E4 move for different between other moves. Bishop F7, knight G3, knight G6, bishop G6. Not moves. This is Zugzwang, because you have only, for example, king C6. Yes, king C6. I will play king A7, king C7, for example, B3, and not moves. You must give me possibility my king go from this. This is the main idea for white. And if you, for example, attack knight E2, yes, possible, you will take bishop H5, always be against A or H pawn. Knight fighting is very bad. This is, you must remember always. Knight against pawn, passed pawn, H or A, fighting it's very bad. Very bad, because very difficult for knight immediately quick achieve this line, this file. You want this?
بيقول في الأخير إن الحصان بيدافع بشكل سيء جدا عن البيدق في العمود اتش أو العمود اي.
This of course losing position because this is the Zugzwang. In this case, knight D6 check not enough. In the game was a knight E7 return. Bishop F7. You see, we received the same position, but not idea for mat, because king not stand B7. This all because only in king B7 you can play knight C8, knight D6 mat. In this case, he must play king b7 again, prepare for knight e8 move. Knight c8 move. Bishop b3 again for winning the temp. It's very important. Bishop b3, king a7, he must stand. Bishop f1, you see, and bishop f3 check. White understand, I will repeat, white understand for in this situation they not white have not enough power for make absolute Zugzwang position. Not enough, because when you play bishop e8, I have always this knight c8 move with knight d6 mat. In this case, only after the check in main diagonal h1 a8, you can black king must go out from b7 field, not other way. And in this case, white make this maneuver: bishop b3, bishop d1, and bishop f3 check. Nice. This good technique. It's technique. I will say it's not so very difficult, but very nice. And for study, it's very good, because you can search in many books very difficult example, and sometimes this is difficult example. It's not so nice for education. Better from simple go to the difficult. Not immediately see difficult example and after, oh, I understand this is very difficult, okay, maybe nice but difficult, and inside you immediately you become unconfident. Yeah, this is the important moment. But this is maybe not simple, it's medium example, but very nice for understanding. Okay, in this case you have king a7 or bishop g2 or knight king c7. If king a7, bishop g2 and Zugzwang, because if your king have not moved, every knight move, knight c8 or knight g8, I will play king c6. And king d6, king e6, king f6, and take all these three pawns. In this case, the last chance, this is king c7. But you received finally a6 field. You received a6 field. Knight g8, he must stand, waiting you. Bishop d5, and after you return bishop c4, bishop f7, you return the same. Bishop e8, not move. Finish. Zugzwang. You see, knight have not moved because you will take. King have only one move, king d8, attacking your bishop. Yes, because other moves you will without any problem take this b6 pawn. In the game was about king b8, king d8, and here. Because you remember I told you that knight cannot fight against very far past pawn. It's very difficult. Only bishop can from one side control the other side. But knight cannot. Knight must few jump making. And here of course you can take bishop g6. You can take bishop g6. And after knight g6, king b6. Nice. You take these both important pawns. And after king d7, king c5, this is very, very forced. Knight e7, he must stand. b4, take. Knight, only idea for playing knight c8, d6, e4, take g3. Yeah? It's very long, but not enough. a5, this pawn much more quickly. b5, knight e4, king b6, knight, king c8, king c6, take. Or if you take, in this case, a6, b6, check. b7, and after king a7, king c7, and new queen. This is one variation. And the next variation, after a5, knight d6, b5, knight e4, check, king b6, king c8, king c6. He can play king b8 waiting, but this is not enough again, because b6 and winning. b6, a6, a7 the same. Even many times when you have only a pawn, sometimes even only against one pawn, black knight not have a chance to return. I will show after one example, you will see how this is difficult. I would like to repeat about this example because it's very nice. Not repeat again, but for the word, say that when you have, I think we go starting position. To starting position. starting position. Looks like black can defend, but you see how simple way white finally can win this position. And this is the what ideas. Ideas first, I will repeat. Okay, you have only this real weaknesses, only g6 move, g6 pawn. You must transpose your bishop this to square, and after with king make all for receive the zugzwang position. Yeah, but finally you see like black find this tactical defense with knight d6 mat. Tactical defense. Yeah, this tactical defense. This is not strategical, not positional defense. Tactical possibility. You must remember, with knight always full of tactic on the board. Yeah, on the board. In this case, but against this knight d6 idea, finally, white second time search and find this continuation when bishop transpose, throw b3, d1, f3, and make for black's king very bad situation, and was a simple winning. And last, you must always calculate in endings against knight. If you have two passed pawn, normally knight cannot fight. Absolutely cannot fight. Yeah, this is always you can inside you have a feeling that you can sacrifice your bishop for the pawns. If you, of course, this of course after only calculate. If you not correct sacrifice, you will lose. Yeah, but you must correct calculate. Okay, this is the first example. Okay, if you have you say.
المثال ده بسيط لكنه جيد جدا للتعليم. ممكن جدا ان احنا ندور على امثله اصعب من كده بكتير، لكنها مش في التدريب او في التعليم. النقطه الثانيه ان هو في الموقف ده بيقول ان احنا ان هو كان لازم يكسب من خلال نقاط الضعف اللي هو جي 6 ودي 6، ان هو يروح الفيل يهاجم وملك انت اللي تهاجم. طبعا اي حصان ما يقدرش ان هو يدافع عن عسكريين سالكين.
You can see for during these last days when we saw endings, I always show Botvinnik's game, yeah, because his Botvinnik was a okay. This game, for example, he lost, but I say Botvinnik was one of the best player who understand good endings, yeah. And for his example, from his games, from example from his game, many generation of chess players study end games, yeah. This is why I always want to show this classical games, because classical game for study much more better than modern today games, because you must the first create for you fundament of these things, yeah, fundament, yeah. And after you can see modern games, other games. This is like will be new trees. You like build the trees, yeah. But fundament must be for on the classic games, because classic games is more understandable, yeah, yeah. And for okay, we will speak about this position. Okay, what do you think? Who stands better? Okay, I think it's not so correct question here, but I can ask. White or black? White or black? Okay. Black's move. This is important. Because white move, you will be very happy. Play knight c5, yeah? Yeah. But I said to you that I would like to say that black move. Okay, the first you calculate material. Black have material advantage. But why this position very difficult maybe make estimate that because knight stands very nice, yes, in the center. Yes, it's outpost, it's very nice, and attacking f6, and looks like your king cannot go forward because he will lose the pawns, yeah? And plus, they under the control g5 fields when king cannot come here. Looks like. And you can jump knight c5 for attack a6. But this very important moment, I again repeat, black to move. Yeah, black to move. In this case, first move, I think very easy, yeah? Bishop e3, yes, correct, because you must against knight c5. Here you cannot play knight c5 because I will take bishop c5, b takes c5, king f8. In my king exactly in the time can come to pawn. But in this case, you must not forget that this pawn a3 stands in the black color field. In this case, this king not have big perspective. If you play king forwards, you can play bishop c1 and take a3. You see the first advantage for white. They can over c5 field attacking a6, yes, but black can immediately with c1 attacking a3. So this position, finally, black have pawn more. It's not must forgot. Yeah, it's normal. Bishop e3. If knight c5, I said to you about this variation. Yes, it's correct. It's winning. No, okay, king c2. Because king e2, bishop c1. King c2, go to the center. Of course, in d1, is stand more passive. Bishop d4. Because for in the future, not give for white the temp with move king d3. Knight d6. You can ask me why is not play king d3, because if after king d3 you again have a bishop b2 moves. Knight d6, he won't make many moves and finally attack knight e8 check and knight c7. The idea knight e8 check, knight c7. If you play king f8, I will return, say okay, I agree, draw, because pawn down, it's correct, pawn down. But here, this is king h6. Yes, this move show for us why this black from the starting position had advantage, because this idea again, you won't come here, take this pawn, and this pawn is fantastic strong against knight, because when your pawn stand in the center, knight always can blockade him. But here blockade difficult. Yeah, it's very far, very far. And here king h6, this example, it's not so difficult. Knight e4, he won't fight against, because if you take knight f7, for example, knight f7, in this case, king h5, and the material not advantage, but after king h4 I will receive immediately absolutely winning position. Not winning, absolutely winning position. Yeah. In this case, much better for white playing knight e4. For when you play king h5, I can take two pawns, knight f6 and knight h7. In this case, you will not receive far past pawn. Yeah. And happen, but king h5, because otherwise you cannot make your position be stronger. King h5, knight take f6, king g5, knight take f5. You can ask me why black not come h4, take h3. Because in this case I will attack knight g5, take f7. Plus, after take h3, without h pawn, it's not so interesting. In this case, after when white return this make equal material, they have not material advantage, but one advantage, you know, in the chess, what is the more difficult things in chess? This is, transpose one kind of advantage for the other kind. This is the more difficult things in the world, in the chess. I can say you, when I first time met with Kasparov, when Kasparov was very young, he was only 14 years old, and he played the first time in the semi-final of Soviet Championship. I participated in the same tournament, and this tournament Kasparov won with a fantastic result, 5 winning game and 6 draw, yeah, in the first place. And for me was absolutely easy to understand that he is the biggest, one of the biggest talent, because in his winning games, where I saw with big series, I understand he can change one kind of advantage to other. This is most difficult things, but he was only 14 years old. And these 5 games he won against good grandmaster, against not easy player. Yeah, this is the what immediately show for us that he is a very, very big talent for this age. They can like this system game show this system level. And this case, what in this example, the same idea. For finally, we white make a equalized position for this draw, the 4 pawns. But knight stand, you see, not so nice position. Not have perspective. For example, knight don't have these 2 moves. When he go knight f8, next move knight d7 against under the control bishop. How many moves knight must make for receive any good position in this? For example, if you knight transpose here knight e4, in this case I will say that white stand better. But this is impossible. After the king f5 happened h4, why? He won't play knight g5. Anyway, return. But this is not enough. Bishop e3. Sorry, I will not give you this possibility. Knight f8. Okay, what we can make? King f4. Again, you don't have any check. Knight d7 for take d4 if you take king f3. Bishop d4. You see, black may make 1 move, white make 2 moves. You know, they play knight f8 d8, d7. You play bishop d4. When he played h4, knight g5 gone, you play bishop e3. Again, but next move you will take this f3 pawn. Okay, in the game was h5, but if you play knight f6, it's easy. I will show only this. King f3, king d3, king f4. You can maybe ask me why not h5. h5, bishop e3 you have always. Or after h5, you always have move e4. Again, bishop attacking knight and plus control h4, h8. It's not, but against these 2 connected pawn, you don't have enough defense. This is the like this. King d3 against e4 move. With idea play h5, in this case you don't have e4 move. King f4 against h5. You know, it's chess h5 because king g5. This is, I would like to say, all in the chess in endings part. It's what very important. Every move have like 2 times more this mean 2 times more. You must check 2 times more every moves, because every 1 move absolutely can be decisive. This is in the middle game or in the opening part. You can anything, okay, go to the left or other any moves, but here you cannot. Here move per move. Endings normally, if you could understand, move per move. You see, in every move have explanation. This king f4 against h5, and knight d5. Finally, king g4. Okay, not other moves. You go take this pawn, but it's not enough. f5, knight take a6, f4, f3, king h3, knight, and losing because after, for example, knight take d4, you even can play f2 is winning, even f2, because king e2, king g2, even. Well, you can take even with this pawn and after play f2. It's not a problem. But even after knight d2, f2 winning too. It's because bishop always when game go in both flanks. In this case, of course, bishop is stronger. This is one variation, and second variation after. No, it's a little earlier. No. I go very no. Yes, here instead king knight f6, you have move h5. This is like happened in the game. h5, king f3, king d3. This is I show, yeah or no? h6, yeah, h6. Why bishop a1? Because they prepare e4 check. Yes, e4 must go. How is possible go farther is better, because knight cannot catch you. Yeah, this is e4 check and finish, because under the control this diagonal, but these 2 connected pawn very easy step by step go to the queen. This is maybe simple example, but very good for education, because it's normal show that you must with bishop you must play more active. Okay, you can say.
طبعا هو بالنسبه لي ان هو اختار الادوار الثاني بالذات، لان هو من افضل الناس اللي بتلعب في الجيم. والكلاسيك طبعا بيفضل ان هو يتعامل تحل الادوار الكلاسيكيه بشكل افضل من الادوار الحديثه، لانها اسهل فهم اكتر، والاداء دون الاساس وبعد كده تقدر تمشي عليه. صعب جدا، من اصعب مهارات الشطرنج الانتقال من نوع التقدم ان هو يغير الميزه اللي عنده يغيرها لميزه ثانيه على اللوحه. وده ضرب مثال على كده اللي بيعمله ذلك الظروف في سن 14 سنه